Hello guys, this is just one guy, and this is my tutorial series, Unity for Noobs. Now in this episode, we're going to learn how to save and load. Now in most tutorials, you will learn to save and load to the prayer prefs. Now the prayer prefs is not really meant for that. You're supposed to save and load to a file, and this is going to teach you how to save and load to a file. Now this has multiple advantages. As for one, the player can't access it and mess with the data and change it around. Two, you can save a lot more data in here, and you can save bools. Now you still can't save transforms, game objects, and other stuff like that, but you can save arrays, classes, ints, floats, and bools. Now I'm gonna do a little demonstration and show you how it works. Now as you can see, I set up this little menu here, and it has three options: one to save, one to load, and one to delete the file. Now first we're going to show you the save. Now right now it's only set up to save the position, but you can save almost anything you want, like the health and stuff like that. Now if we hit save, and then we go over here and we hit load, you can see it brings us back to our position, even if we go a little bit forward. And even if I were to stop the game, play the game again, and then go to load, take your position. And that's basically it for the save and load. It's really that simple. And now you could also delete the file. Now the way I set this up, when you delete the file, you can still hit load while you're in the game, but if you stop the game and then play it again and try to load it up, the file is deleted. Now it's just set up that way because of the way I did it, but the file is deleted. Now let me show you the actual place you'll be creating the file. Now this will be pretty hard to find. Now I set it up to where every time you save it, it'll print the location of the file, just in case you ever get confused. But this is where the file will be printing, and you can see, that'll be the place where the file is created. As you can see, if I save it and then I go out, this is the file right here, and I've named it Unity for Noob save data, but you can always change that. You just have to put that little dat part on there. And if you try to open the file, see, it won't open because the computer can't read it. My computer is doing the best it can to interpret the file, but it's interpreted as a movie file when it's not really a movie file. And that's basically it for that. Now let's go over the scripts. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 scripts here. The first one is, let me get this, the actual class that's going to be doing the saving and the loading. Now this is very complicated to explain, and I'm going to start releasing new tutorial videos that'll cover some of the more basic elements of Unity, because you would need a large amount of knowledge to understand how this is working, of how Unity works. But essentially it just calls the binary writer, and that's the thing that writes the files and opens the files and stuff like that. And it just tells it to create a file, and then it saves a class to that file, and that saved class has all our script data, and then it loads that file back up, and it creates a new class, and that's the class we're loading into. And that's essentially what it does. It's commented out just in case you have any confusion here, but you shouldn't really oh, hold on. Oh, also it has to import all these systems. Yeah, all these systems right here. Now it's commented out. You shouldn't really have too much trouble with this, as it's just a class file, so you'll never have to mess with it. But this is what controls the name of the file. See, I put Unity for Noobs, and you have to put that .dat on there. Now you can change the name of the file if you want, but if you change it, just remember to put that last part on here, .dat, or it won't be able to find the file. Our next one is the save class. Now this is kind of important. This is the class which will hold our actual save data. Now if you want to save something new, you will put it right here, and also in the save data, but we'll get to that later. But you'll put it right here first. Now it's important to note that Unity cannot save transforms, game objects, vector 3s, and data like that. It can only save floats, ints, arrays, and classes. It's probably some other stuff it can save too, but I haven't really used it for more than that. But just to be safe, always use a float, a int, a bool, an array, or a class, and don't put any transforms or game objects or vector 3s or any type of stuff in here, or you'll get an error. It just won't let you do it. Now these are just for the position, the X, Y, and Z. It's pretty simple. But this right here is important. It's the character ID. Now this is how Unity finds the file to load it. Each one of these IDs have to be unique, because if it was the same, Unity, the way I got this set up, it wouldn't know how to find your script. Find your game object to load the data on. So each one of the IDs has to be unique. Now right here is just set up because this is a class. This is another file that won't go on anything. This is the actual file that will go on your game object right here, and it has the character ID. Now that's the actual character ID that loads into this right here. This character ID must be unique. It can't be the same as any other, or it'll screw up the way the save works. Now the way this is set up, it can save anything in the entire game, any game object. Now right now I just got it set up to save the position in character ID, and this basically saves the character ID, then this loads it. And if you want to save anything else, this will be where you will put it. Like say you want to save the current health, you will put first you will put a variable for current health here, and then you will put current health equals this is the class to hold our data, and put object data, and then you'll put the variable for current health, and then the reverse of it for the loading right here. Now it's all commented out just in case I'm not explaining it well or you get confused. It's all commented right here. And then we have the save menu. Now this menu for our saving, and this controls how the saving works. It basically just gets all the objects in the game, and then it checks them for the save data script, and if it has the save data script, then it saves it. And then when it loads, it checks all the objects in the game for the save data script, and if it has the save data script, it checks for the character ID, and if the character ID matches the ID of the save data, then it'll load that data onto the character. Then of course you just have your delete. It calls the saving class, and then it just tells it to delete it. Once again, this is all commented out just in case you get confused. Now let's go to the setup. Now the setup for this is quite easy. All you need is the game manager, which we created in our last couple of scripts, and we put the save menu script on the game manager. Now all you have to do is hit this little show save menu, so the save menu will show. And I put this here just in case you want to script it for the menu to come on and off. Now it's important to notice using the old GUI system. The reason I use the old GUI system is because you have to do extra setup for the new Unity UI system. And I basically want to make this as simple as possible, but you can always change it over if you want. But that's the variable to show the menu and not show the menu. Just put the script on the game manager. Then any object you want to save, like our player here, you give him a save data script, and you give him a unique character ID. Once again, this must be unique. Now if you ever need to check the save data, this is the actual save data on the character that is loading in. And that's it for the setup. Now on another note, I would like to say, please like the videos if you just take the script from the video, because it really helps me out, and it really helps other people to see the videos. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe. And if you want to suggest a tutorial, please suggest a tutorial in the comments down below. Thank you for watching.